Skip, I told you Friday, it had gone too far. I told you when JaVale McGee said, I put this on my mama.
He did.
Was serious.
In his tweet, he said that.
It was serious, and he wanted it to stop.
Yep.
I can understand where JaVale McGee's mom's coming from. I also understand where Shaq's mom's coming from. Let me take it like this. Shaq's job on that show is to critique and analyze players, how they got the buckets, why they didn't get the buckets, why this team is winning, why they didn't win. And this, I thought, crossed the line. You see, Skip, when we come out here and we have production meetings, we have an idea of what we want to talk about. You don't know what I'm going to say. They don't know what I'm going to say.
Nope.
So I could easily start going off the rails. Chris Healy, who's the producer of this show, can be in my ear. Shannon, where are you going with this? Shannon. But there's really nothing he can do until this segment's over. This was a 2-minute pre-packaged plan. TNT bears some culpability in this also.
Yep.
They're equally responsible because they could have easily said after the first time, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, you're saying this was a taped segment. Yeah.
Taped segment.
All right.
Shaq doesn't know how to go in the editing bay. Shaq doesn't know how to put this together and put this out there and show it for 2 minutes on TNT. TNT did that. So they bear some culpability in this also because if they did not stop Shaq. So they are encouraging this behavior. So Shaq is getting laughs, people are laughing, but JaVale McGee said, hold on. And I get it, but it's something Shaq had already shown. This is highlights from when he was in Denver with the Bullets, with the Sixers, with the Mavericks. This is not anything new. So if it was some new material, I get it, but that's not your job. Your job is an analyst show, not America's Funniest Videos. So what does you showing videos of this guy's bloopers have to do with you critiquing his play? See, Skip, when I was on the other show for CBS for 10 years, my job was to critique and analyze. And I always tried to do that, although I understood sometimes my job would call for me to be harsh and critical.
Sure.
I never wanted to be mean-spirited. Because I told you on Friday, Skip, I said, this man got a mom. This man got family members. And while you laughing, it's not funny to him anymore. He asked you to stop in a serious way. And instead of Shaq taking the high road and saying, you know what, man, you're right. Shaq took it a step further and says, oh, you think you a G now? Don't make me slap your bum, you know what.
Yep.
It didn't have to go there, Skip. It really didn't need to go there. And for the Golden State Warriors to have to reach out to TNT and to ask them for one of their own air talents to squash this, lets you know that they thought it had gone too far. Now, I don't think Shaq should lose his job because TNT bears some culpability in this. If Shaq had done this on his own time, okay, I get it. But TNT, you bear some culpability in this. Let me take it to this point. In the article for the Undefeated, Pamela McGee, JaVale's mom, called in. JaVale also called Shaq, called him, and hopefully I'll never have to use this word again, especially on air, is that she used it. She said, JaVale said he was a coon. They asked the mom, and his mom said, yes, he was cooning. Let me give you some context about these words. When a black says to another black, you're cooning, you're a jigaboo. The new term that they use now is from the movie Django Unchained, is the Samuel L. Jackson character. They call you Stephen. When they say that, they're saying what you're doing is that you're looking down on one of your own race to get laughter and applause from the opposite race. So what was your plan? What was your thought process of doing this? What did you hope to accomplish, Shaquille? When he called Shaquille that on Twitter, Shaquille said, that's basically you calling me an N.
He did.
And it is. It's to say, you can't call people. And I hate when people of the same race, our race, because we're the only race, really one of the only races that do this. I don't know why. But I also told you Friday, I say, Skip, I'm starting to see, and I don't see this from any other race, that we'll go at one another. You see Richard Sherman calling out Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson and Darrell Reeves. We see Shaq going at JaVale McGee. I've never heard Kevin McHale go at Kevin Love. I've never heard Kevin McHale go. You don't see Kevin McHale say, I'm better than Gordon Hayward. But that's what we do. And we, as African Americans. We need to stop this silliness. Two things, it's okay if he's great. It's okay. Just because he's great, that doesn't mean you're not great. You don't have to try to bring him down. We need to get out of that crab syndrome. See, the crab syndrome is, Skip, if a crab is trying to get out the bucket, one crab says, look, either you turn the bucket over and we all escape and get to the water, or if you're trying to get out, I'm going to pull you back down. And it seems that in our community, we see a lot of that, and it's unacceptable. I don't like the term, but I know what the term means, and I know the connotation behind the term. And Shaq has to, and I reached out to someone that was very close to Shaq, and I tried to explain to him, and he told me, well, Shannon, it's just jokes. I said, but the joke is only funny once. Now, you can use a joke once. Now, maybe if you go to a different audience, you can use it again. But it's the same prepackaged tape that had shown earlier in the year. So where's the new material? And how is that critiquing JaVale McGee's play? JaVale McGee has been in the league for 8 years. He's carved out a nice niche now with the Golden State Warriors. So what he did in the past, the bloopers, I don't get where you're trying to critique his play. He is what he is. He's never going to be a great center like you, Shaq. He's never going to be a great center like a David Robinson or Tim Duncan or any of the all-time great big men. But he's found a home, and he's very useful in what they do. And I was very, very disappointed. But I'm going to give Shaq moms kudos, because although I believe Shaq pays all the mom's bills, she says, I'm going to tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear. And baby, you need to stop this foolishness. It's silliness. It is beneath you. It's beneath us as a race of people that we continuously take shots at one another. Because at the end of the day, while you're taking a shot at him, they're laughing at you also.